Hi, I'm Professor Lynn Ritchey. In this video, we're going to be exploring Edward T. Hall's fifth primary message system, territoriality. Territoriality are all our verbal and nonverbal messages concerning the structure and use of space. Messages associated with this category can create many misunderstandings. Defense, if we look at wars, we're defending our territories, we're fighting. We might even have arguments with our neighbors about where our fence line might go. So these are very important messages that are being sent about how we're going to use and structure our space. How is property ownership determined? Who can own? Where can they own? And what can they own? How do people use public and private spaces? How are private and public spaces determined? What is done in those spaces? One of my favorite areas is to look at is the family, and how does a family use space in the house? Family gatherings are an interesting place to observe these cultural messages based on the use of space. What spaces do the males occupy? What spaces do the females occupy? What about the young people versus the old people? Are they using spaces differently? How do people define their personal spaces? We can easily observe messages associated with personal space. We send many nonverbal messages to others about our space preferences, and we're actually socialized into these preferences. I can remember in kindergarten, I learned to keep an arm's length away from others. In my family, there was very little physical contact, kissing and hugging between family members. I can also remember when I shared an office, and my office mate defined any space within the university as university property. She did not recognize my personal space. When I'm in public spaces, I spread out my belongings to define my territory. I stand an arm's length away from people in line, and I maximize the space between me and others in confined spaces like elevators. Simple situations like these happen every day and can lead to misunderstanding and judgments about the intentions of others. And we need to be aware of these territorial messages of others. When we are aware of these cultural differences, we can adapt our behavior or be less judgmental of different messages. When we are aware and become aware and observe these messages having to deal with territoriality, we can respect cultural differences that we have. So we're going to come back a little bit later in this video series and take a deeper look at these territoriality messages. Okay, we'll see you soon.